Howdy, Flexence here out of 146 000, the melee guy. Alright, so it's been a couple weeks since I brought a video out to you. That's alright, but I'm bringing you one now. A couple things I wanted to talk about. One, there's been questions about how much does it cost to do the fishing event. And before I started doing all of this, I wanted to lay this cost out, because I've done this cost quite a few times. And I'm just going to, before I kick this off, I want to show you that the level 40 is roughly $500. From level 4, I guess here, or level 1, all the way to level 40, it's about 500 bucks. Now, what people fail to realize, from level 40 to level 49 is $500. So you're looking at another $500 just jumping here to here. It's the same amount. I never, after I figure this out, go to that next level to 40 to 49. Some of these badasses do, and that's okay. Power to them. Much love, much support. I mean, you're talking like Sayez, Javier, Lead God, and, you know, these just great one. These guys just don't care. I mean, they're driving the Maseratis. They're just next level bad units, and hey, props. But that being said, if you wanted a breakdown, that's what that costs. But actually, this video in particular, and what I wanted to bring, was a fun video for an Elite War battle report. And the reason being is because we had the biggest turnout we've ever had, ever. We had 76 players show up. I'm sitting here stuck in the middle. You know, I could do only what I could here, but we're going to replay that if I can remember how to do that. Actually, battle report. There we go. Let's watch this. Now I'm on my phone today, so I'm going to deal with the video. I haven't posted in a while, so I need to do a little bit of content to some regard. So I'm going to jet this up to 8x. And this came down all the way to the wire too. This is where it gets beautiful. Like, we're talking burning this clock to 43 minutes you see, all the way down to nothing. It came down to shuttle games, or base games, if you will. But FYC, they're so strong. Man, they are so strong. Like Kevin right there, C4M, that's my boy. Super good guy. Actually, pretty well everyone in FYC, great people, solid, just good people all together. But yeah, they had a bit more of a bankroll than we did. We're gonna watch this little battle play out, and you can kind of see how this battle is gonna turn right out the gates. And there's Goat going in. All right. C4M's going up top. He's thinking he's gonna get a little sneaky here. And he's gonna come to realize that, oh, we got ourselves a yard sale. All right, so they won. That's fine. That's fine. But did they win? This is where it gets interesting. This is where we start really tricking things. And in my other videos, I hadn't had a good opportunity to show you what it looks like when this little blinking action right here and here occurs, what it actually means. And I brought it up in the past. If you see this constant blinking when no one's on it, that means that there's a recall going on. And I mean, clearly nothing's going to happen here, and we're not going to be recalling. But the problem with actually replaying these videos back is you don't see the dialogue, the chat dialogue. You don't see the battle the lines in which, you know, you can see a blue or a red line going back and forth. I wish they would do something about that. You know, what's so hard about replaying it back to its fullest? I don't see why that would be an issue, but they don't do that. Is what it is. All right, so they all sped in. There's about, I don't know, I'm gonna count 2,500 gold. And, you know, the funny thing is, the whole time we're doing this, me and C4M, we're shooting our shit back and forth. We're talking on Discord. He's one of my boys, and we're like, dude, we're both in meetings at work, so that's where it gets really funny. Like, can y'all just end this shit so I can go back to work? And um, as it turned out, this came down to a fun game. And Breadman, there you go. You just saw him come in right here. Breadman's another badass. Kevin, Breadman, they're two of the top strongest players in the entire game. And I don't want to give any lack of shout out to was it o0o? He's another one of their good ones. Diamond's another badass. So FYC, they bring it, dude. They bring it. There's Diamond up here. Breadman and Diamond, they usually go hand in hand. And the Daddy and Caddy. I don't know these guys. Never talked to them. But I've seen their battle reports. Two additional, incredibly great players. And we just got swallowed by just talent and wallet. That's all right, you know. There's nothing wrong about that. Hell, I spend a lot on this game too, but yeah, they just kicked the shit out of us with half the numbers. Oh, I just jacked this whole video up. We're gonna blaze through it at 8x speed real quick. I did not mean to hit the refresh. That is a mishap, and I am not redoing it, so y'all are just gonna have to deal with it. We're just gonna blow through real quick. I am so sorry for that. Unlike all these other YouTubers, I don't edit. What you see is what you get. I ain't got time for it. I'm out here smoking a cigar and drinking a beer. So we're going to get down to it. We're just going to push through, blah, blah, blah. The fight I reset was about right in the middle. Come on, come on, come on. All right, here we go. We're catching up. And when we see Breadman and Diamond go up north here, we knew that was, yep. All right, so we're about where we were at. Perfect. Now we're on times 2. And as you can see, I don't have a name. So I'm coming in. But this right here, I call it a slow roll stagger. And I'm going to speed in. I'm going to cut them off. And this is critical because what I do here is, you know, I'm not able to kill these guys. I'm under no illusion I can. But what I can do is slow them down to the point where I'm about to make every single one of these guys either think about spending a speed or 500 gold. And they're going to catch up. Re-deviate. I mean, that right there was a stick in their spokes. That's the beauty of being full melee. Although I'm not going to win, I'm going to slow you down for a long-ass time. And that was probably the most critical thing I could have done right there. And I'm refreshed. Got a couple fights going on right here. Let's pull up the menu. Ooh, who just sped in there? I didn't see the name. There goes Daddy. See, I don't know this guy very well, but I know Daddy. I know Diamond, Daddy, and Caddy. Each of these guys, they have to be holding each other's pockets. Like here, pull out your pocket inside out. I don't know them. Maybe they're a couple. Maybe they're just best friends. But what I do know is they are so consistent, and they stick together like white on rice. And maybe it's the same player. And if it is, it's strategy. Bravo. That's a lot of dedication. Now, as you can see here, what you see, Fire Rain, he's one of our strongest players. We are now under the impression that this fight is about to be over. So I'm bringing everybody back. Diamond speeds in, Caddy and Daddy. Yeah, that's got to be the same player. If it's not, I'll be impressed. The chemistry is too crazy. And they're neck and neck in the rankings, so it has to be the same guy. Maybe using blue stacks or whatever. So that fight got won on defense. That's all right. I don't know why anyone speed in there. That was dumb. It was a waste of money. Waste of money. If you're using speeds coming out the gates and there's nothing to do, you're wasting your money. You're wasting your time. You're not doing it right. You got nothing to prove. All you're going to do is be the one who's going to have to push back to a base, adjust your fleet, refresh it, get it back to max. If you don't do that, then you're an idiot as well. So, I mean, I don't know why anyone would ever speed right out of the gates. That's dumb. There goes my boy C4M. Come for you. Breadman's a badass. C4M's a badass. See, all the badasses are just out here kind of waiting. And from what I was told, this is their strategy. They like to go outside the main base and wait. Dude, I'm in a meeting during this time. I don't have time for 45 minutes of shit. Let's get it over with, or or let's fight. We don't have time to drag this out. And the difference is, after it's all said and done, they won 76 merit. 76, that's it. So the strategy that was utilized was not a good one, and it was a waste of time. I would have paid good money just to not have to sit through that meeting while I was on my fucking phone and get embarrassed. I had two clients that I was trying to talk to at the same time looking down at my dick, which wasn't my dick, it was my phone. I'm like, oh, scratching my head like I was part of that conversation in the meeting, but I wasn't. I was trying to figure out how to win this match. So this was embarrassing. All right. This goes on for a little while. I'm gonna speed up just a bit. We're gonna get down to the nitty gritty, to where we got the you like cowboy movies or westerns. I'm gonna speed up till we get to the standoff. The standoff is where it really matters. Actually, this right here might be a good hit. I just wish I could see the health bars, like you do in real time. Unfortunately, we don't see it here. But full disclosure, it was 37 on 76. 76 players we had active. And they just beat our shit in with 37. And I did all I could do. Gods and men. I don't know who Teppy is, but he seems to be bouncing around a lot. Alright, so now they're getting cocky. They know they can win the fight. And they're going to set up. But we did have a good leader, 7-Up. He was actually from a different alliance until about a month ago, maybe 2 months. Solid leader. He's always been loyal to that alliance. We consolidated and merged. And he's leading this elite war. o0o. That's the guy I was talking about earlier. Anyway, 7-Up was leading this elite war. And he did very well. Shout out to him. I've got zero complaints. And we can only do so much in that aspect, especially when you don't have... This is more of a free-to-play type alliance, but they're so active. 76 players of free-to-players, or free-to-play players. I mean, we gave a run for the money of the 37 gods, right? Like I said, I say gods. I mean, like, you got I'm gonna say a dozen C-38s on that team versus me and one other C-38 who was actually working. So we only had two C-38s against a dozen, and we had 76 active. This was a good turnout. This was a great elite war for what we had, and no complaints. 7-Up did the best he could with it, and he fucking nailed it, dude. I couldn't have done it better. There's the daddy and the... Oh, I don't see Caddy. It's the first time I hadn't seen those together. C4M coming in. Okay, so the blinking. You ready to watch the blinking? One goes in, one goes out. We're going to slow this down. Blink. Oh, shit. It only happens in real time. Dadgummit. I wish I could show y'all how this actually works. So we're recalling all the way back to base. We're just saying screw it. We're going to fight them. And this is where the standoff occurs. Earlier when I was mentioning that, this right here happens forever. And I'm messaging C4M, my boy. I'm like, dude, can we just do something here? Like, I mean, because I got to get back to work. We got 12 minutes. I understand you're sitting right outside the front gates. But, dude, we're both in a meeting. And, like, I don't know, man. The guy who's leading it is just sitting there wanting to get more kills. I'm like, fuck that. So I call this off. I'm like, everyone back to base. At this point, I'm calling it off. And gosh, she's gonna keep doing the feint, which is fine. High speed. Is he gonna do a feint? Yep. So this goes on, and we're trickling down. This is 4 minutes. 4 minutes have gone by. I'm like, dude, can you just end this shit for us? I gotta go to work, bud. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna do one more feint attack. Do one more feint. That was the biggest feint we could pull off, right? And it worked. And now we're going to do base games because we won that fight. They couldn't pull that off, and that's fine. That's fine. We were under no illusion we could win this because they're just too damn strong. You got boys like, I don't know who that guy was. There goes the daddies and the caddies. All right. That's got to be really stressful to speed 2 accounts at one time. Diamond's going up north. Daddy's going down south. And if they are 2 different players, the chemistry is incredible. Daddy and Caddy. There goes Caddy. Right there. I got to know more about this. I'm going to find y'all an answer. So we go down to base games. 2 minutes left. At this point, I think I've logged out. Or I've oh, no, there I am. I'm coming in. I'm just slow rolling. Diamonds. I mean, everyone's just speeding, and there's so much money spent on that game, on that match, dude. I mean, that right there. You know who won this match? Camel. Easily $1 million gold was spent on this match, and for what? Minus 46 elite points. We have to coordinate accordingly moving forward. I mean, we can shut Camel down if we just coordinate. I mean, we can do this so much easier. All right, everyone. That's it. That's all I got. I had to make a video, and I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Much love. Flex Nuts is out.